You know, I feel like my era is almost over. You know, the era I grew up in. My old era of it. Basically, I'm gonna actually, I have the Switch 2 in my hand. I'm gonna show you something real quick. So downstairs, I have a PS5, right? I want to get the PS5 Pro with a disc drive because I want to continue playing my physical games. Because I actually care about physical media and game preservation. This is the problem, and the reason why is because these things are not only art, but they're more than a straight up art form. They're interactive art. And to see them completely disregard any physical record of these games, that's the thing about digital media that I cannot wrap my head around. Is it could easily be the rights could easily be revoked. And people are saying shit like, if piracy isn't owning, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing because of this. And I can see why. Basically, Microsoft in 2024 decided to cut the physical game department, and so is Sony now. And apparently, this means limited run games is going to be the only bastion for certain PlayStation games. Release physical copies for certain games now. It's probably going to have to be in the late phases of next year. You know who isn't staying this? Actually still having physical copies. And this is the reason why I think the Switch 3 should actually still keep this. Nintendo. This actually might be the last system we have that no let me be honest here. The Switch 2 is the last bastion for physical media, and I think the Switch 3 is going to be the same way. I hope Nintendo doesn't pull and I have a feeling the fact that they did the game key cards in the Switch 1 was a very wise choice. Because now they don't have to move on from that storage format. On top of that, if they really can't store it, they'll just say, frick it, you can do it as a game key card. You're going to have to warn your viewers that it is. As a quality control measure. And I'm going to be honest here. I did not expect Nintendo of all companies to be the last company on the planet to support physical games. Here we are. Basically, physical game production from every other company except Nintendo is ending. For Nintendo, I'll be honest here, I'm actually not happy about it ending for, other everything but Nintendo. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is, I'm actually a little upset at this. I'm actually a little upset. I'm actually very worried for the future of game preservation because of this. Okay? This is making me debate if I should get some games on Switch now because of this. But yeah. See this little slot? That's going to spell the doom for the other consoles for a certain audience. So basically, I can sympathize with this audience. Basically, let's just say you want to play any of these physical games. They're fully stored in the cart, and none of the ones I have are game key cards. There's like only one Nintendo game that was a game key card. And that was only for demonstrative purposes. But let's just say, I know it's a mistake not painting this one yellow. You want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. All you need to do is put it in the game slot from your storage, and then bam, it's in. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is Nintendo might be genuinely the last company to be preserving games, and that is just a bummer. That is a bummer. This is why, for the Switch 3, when they make it eventually, I have a word of advice to Nintendo. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Do not, I repeat, do not abandon physical media. You will be making a massive mistake if you do. I think physical media is actually going to be the thing that makes... Like, that's the thing, right? That's why game archaeology exists now. But basically, when I'm... Because... And that's the thing, right? Recently, on top of the new Halo game, which is an internet download partially, I just got this. And I also have Hi-Fi Rush finally coming in. Mass PI for Hire on PS5. Now, I was really looking forward to playing this game. I still am. But then Sony had to pull a heartstring on me and say, you must not buy physical anymore after 2028. And basically what they're going to do now is, after 2028, they're just going to end physical game production. You know, no, holy crap. Look at how many physical games I have for PlayStation thus far. That's how many. And that's just for the 5. I had a lot, we used to have a lot more for the 4. But there's some Xboxes as well, PS3s, and even more 5s. I used to buy a lot more games digitally now, but now I'm like, I see why physical media is important now. Because it actually preserves the media. And to see Sony pull this, look, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed because I think they're missing out. I think they should just go ahead and do a new physical format now. It's time, Sony, to adapt one, and I have one idea I could do that would be in line with your brand. Glass discs, but apparently that's way too expensive to produce. Basically, the reason why I'm a little upset about this is because the only reason why people are able to play older titles for all the way back in the Atari era, or Nintendo NES, or SNES, or all those eras, is because they were physically preserved. Now imagine what's going to happen when digital distribution takes over. It's all going to be vaporware. And that upsets me as a gaming fan, because we don't know what's going to happen as a result of that. And to see that happen, I'm actually worried. I'm not mad at other gaming companies now. I'm just worried about the fact that most Microsoft, Sony have decided we're getting rid of our physical media. I can understand why some people think it's okay. I personally think, and well, I'm gonna be honest here. I think Nintendo, this is the one benefit of buying the Switch 2. Even if you're not going to buy any Nintendo games on it, because there are non-Nintendo games on there. Like Mouse PI for Hire, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Indiana Jones Great Circle, Oblivion Remastered. Yes, they're putting that on there. Cyberpunk 2077, System Shock Remake, you name it. They're all coming on there physically. And that basically allows you to have a physical copy to preserve. From now on, I'm thinking if there's a physical copy of a Nintendo game they don't already have digitally, or a Switch 1 version of for an upgrade pack, I'm just going to get it physically. I don't care what happens. Physical copies are basically the way to go for game preservation. And I'm upset. See game preservation die out like this. Granted, Sony's not the first one to pull the trigger, it was Microsoft, but Sony was lured into doing it. Still gonna buy PlayStation 6. But I'm probably gonna buy the handheld model first. Probably with a normal model or its light model. Due to the economic kind of market right now. But yeah, see ya. Bye.